Hi and welcome. On this episode, I want to calibrate a new lens on my Canon EOSM, and here it is, the Canon EOSM. At this moment, with this configuration, I have on it a manual focusing lens, but it's doing the autofocus with the PD Movie Smart 3 LiDAR system. So the lens is a Minolta MC Rocker PG, and it's working fine and has a maximum aperture of f1.4, and I'm really happy with this lens, and it's working fine even with the autofocus. I will show you a few sequences here. I'm going to come closer. Normally I am still in focus, and you can see how the focusing ring is working and how he's doing his job in focusing on me. But as I told you, mostly I will rely on manual focusing to be sure that I am always in focus. And yeah, it's working quite nicely, but it's a 50 millimeters. But since I have another lens, a 35 millimeter Canon lens with Leica mount, meaning the L39 mounting, screwing mounting system. I have an adapter, so from L39 to Eosm, and then I have the lens, and the lens I will mount it on the Canon EOSM, and then I have to mount on the lens a focusing ring. But as you can see it here, there's a system in this lens which makes it a little bit exquisite fancy, but I just have to take it down somehow, because that part is just doesn't allow to mount a focusing ring. But leaving that behind, I will show you how hopefully I will be able to mount correctly focusing ring, and then I will calibrate it, and then I will try it out. Now this lens has a maximum aperture of f1.8, which means that it's quite sharp, and it's a Canon made for Leica, so the glass I think will be really interesting, pretty nice, hopefully. I have to really modify this lens because it's nice, it's fancy, it is looking great, I have nothing to say about it. It's a small 35 millimeter f1.8. Of course, for me to use it with the Canon EOSM, I have to put an adapter, an L39 mount to EOSM, but still together it is nice as a lens, but it has this thingy, right? So I have to take it down, because otherwise I just cannot mount the focusing ring. So I have to take this one down. Hopefully I will be able, or maybe not, but I have to anyway try to see if I can take it down, that part. So the first thing that I'm noticing is that it has this. This is screwed, so I will take down the screw. So I needed to take a little bit my time in order to do all this thing. So to unscrew the system from it, but now I did it. So this will allow me to mount, correctly this focusing ring, right? And yeah, normally everything, will be okay. So let me just do this, like, I think something like this, right? I'm just want to make sure that it's, it's moving correctly, right? Okay, so we have here my Canon Eosm with a PD movie. So what I'm doing right now, because this is the position, so I will just untie the PD movie and then, change the lens. So this is the 50 millimeter. So I just have to take it down. Here you have it with his adapter. And so now I have this mount. Let me just fix it. Okay, so now I have to take into the consideration that this is coming down like this. So the end part and the starting point is what I am interested in. So this is the ending point. Okay, so that means it has to be around like here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just tidying up this thing, and normally it should just go on or not. Oh, let me just take it down. Wait a second, I'm just... So I will do this properly. So now I know it has to be somewhere like this, right? Even more, no problem. And I see I'm just tightening it really well. I have tightened the follow focus. Now I just have to fix it on the Canon EOS-M and then do this maneuver, right? It's not... have to bring it outside a little bit. These are some things that we have to take into consideration. Okay. So now I have tightened it. I still have to move a little bit this focusing ring. Maybe I will tighten it up a little bit. But for now, and I see it's working, maybe I have to tighten just a little bit so that is better, something like this. I think I will put it here outside, then I will fix it. Okay, so as you can see it here, I have the focusing ring. So now, for example, what I can do already, I can just fire up the camera, and calibration wise it's really not that difficult in my opinion. Of course, just allowed light to come in, and normally it is working right. So I like this. What we have to do then, I'm just starting up the PD movie LiDAR system, and with too short. So this is now, it's the white. So the white is calibrated for the 50 millimeter. And I can already see a little bit of problem is I haven't tied up enough, but now it's good. So now I have to, so with 2 short clicks, we're changing it. So red, green, again green. So this is for the 24 millimeter, this is for the 50, this is for the 6, and now, so this one will be for this lens. So okay, now it's done, it is over background, but still I want to try this one out, see how it's working. So here we go. Okay, so first it stopped. Let's just try secondly. And now we are green, so now it's working. Okay, so calibration of the 35 millimeter Canon with Leica mount lens, it is done. And now I'm just testing if it's working. I mean, I see that as I'm coming, it is working. I mean, I'm remaining in focus, hopefully. So this is a test. Now, calibration, I'm still not an expert. I do not feel like I can do like, an episode with that one. Although I must say I found it quite easy, the calibration. I mean, you just have to learn the code, like the Morse code, and then after that you can do it without any problems. And for now, I see that it's working now. We will see the footage and we will judge it if it's really working or not. But for now, as I'm seeing it, it is working. But the problem with the PD Movie Smart 3 LiDAR system is that of, there's a lot of options where this thing cannot work. Like right now it's working and that's great, but imagine, for example, if you want to play with the lights. I mean, it is saying, even the constructor, that outside in harsh light, it doesn't work the same way like in interior controlled light and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of things that can work not that well. So there's always things that you have to think about it. But right now, I mean, as I'm seeing, it does the focusing. Now, I don't know if I recorded well the infinite focusing, but maybe I did. Anyway, this is how we are testing it, all right? So yeah, I'm just, trying to see if it does the focusing thing. Up. But yeah, it seems like it does. So for now, it seems like it is working. Yeah, I'm still testing this LiDAR system, and yeah, as I told you, if the weather, if the lighting is changing, it's affecting the autofocusing. So if I want to do something where I want to make sure that the character is in focus, obviously I will turn down the autofocus and I will go manual focusing. But it is fun that this is the third manual lens that I calibrated, and I see that is working. And this lens, I mean, I am just so happy because it's an ancient manual lens, 35 millimeter Canon manual lens that was made specially for Leica. So yeah, and yeah, I see now. I don't know if here the infinite focusing is working. Hopefully it does. I mean, it would be great, but I'm not so sure. But maybe it does. But anyway, I am just extremely excited, and I see that it is working. It is doing its thing. Now, I don't know if everywhere, every position, the focusing, it is working, but right now I see that it does. Now, obviously, one thing that I know with this lens is the minimal of focusing distance, so I have to be quite, far from the lens. But beside that, I mean, I see that it's working. And as I see in the picture, I mean, focus breathing is almost inexistent. But we will see, you will see the end footage because now I'm just recording, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I want to try to use this lens as much as I can, create quite a lot of footages with this one and just be creative and try out this autofocusing, because if it's working, obviously it is a lot of fun. I mean, if I can do this kind of things and I don't have to be worried with focusing, then that's great. But if it's not working, then yeah, there's always the manual part, so I can focus manually. And yeah, so this is great. And I don't know if you have seen it, but it has been quite a few moments when I'm working and I'm using the preset 1:3 4.2K and 14 bits raw. And with this one, what I like is that I can remain at 14 bits, and it's not that I can remain on 14 bits, but it is with an aspect ratio of 16:9 and has quite nice rendering, working well with the audio. And yeah, I kind of enjoy this preset. I think this preset for now is one of my favorites. 5.2K, obviously, it's the best. I really love it, but 14 bits is not that easy to work with. Because it's very, there's a lot of data, so always I have to be worried with the light. As here, I can be as I want, and there's no problem with it. But yeah, this this lens, I really like it. It's a small lens, so it was a little bit difficult to make it work with the PD movie, but I see it is kind of working, right? And yeah, let's do it again. Okay, it seems like now it's working. So I wanted to test out this 5.2K also, how it's working. And this is the framing. This is how you see I'm in the same position. I'm moving in the same position as I was in the 4.2K with the 16 by 9 aspect ratio, but now I'm on the 2.35 aspect ratio, and that changes a lot, as you can see me here. I want to see if I am still in focusing. And the weather outside has changed a little bit, so I don't have that much of sun. But let's just try. Let me just try to do a little bit of more light and try like this one. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how this one is actually looking like, right? And yeah, exactly, in low light situation, obviously the 5.2K working better, I think so. And this is why I'm testing right now, because I want to make sure, I want to see that low light, So this was the 5.2K 14 bits raw recording. Yeah.